remember years ago we all had those fuzzy little toilet seats, and you've done that with cotton candy. Now you're Freddy. His eyes are just a little bit off. He's got that atchy Fergie look, one looking atchy, one looking Fergie. But I love that when you look at Freddy on the backside, you see the kids in the tree up behind him. And that's really like the start of the movie, and it ends the way that you've done here. So, good job.
Greer, let me tell you, you give me a scary movie, but I'm laughing because you just have this way about making things light and funny. I'm gushing over the blood scene. I mean, the isomol, it looks like it's moving. Now, your Freddy on the back, I like your Freddy, but he was more funny Freddy for me. I wanted him to be more scary Freddy. And I think the placement of your tasty treats, they seemed a little odd. Like, it was almost like, we gotta put them somewhere. Let's just throw them right here.
Greer, it's time to show us your
Tiddly.
Let there be fire.
Is it Tiddly? You go Tiddly. I've done your pie. Pie's all done.
Right.
What are you having with it? On its own or what?
Huh?
You have mashy peas?
Don't fall asleep.
Yeah, I'll be on some.
Brilliant. I'll go and get it for you.
Present to you Freddy's Workshop.
Go and
We
get your
want
pie.
to create something that's very interactive. We have
Left it in the oven a bit.
we
That's
have something
cold.
that he's working on with the new glove. I created a full fire bed, you know, we just love barbecue, right? Our goal was to pretty much frighten you a little bit.
All right, judges, what do you think?
I love that Freddy's getting an upgrade 35 years later, and that creepy tasty treat that's your skin over there. It's so freaky.
The marbling on that table is beautiful. That said, I would have loved to have seen like gross grease spots, just a little more grunge to make it a little more disgusting, because you know the guy is not running around mopping every day.
There is so much here to look at. It is phenomenal how much detail that you got in here. I know that you used a lot of molds so you get that done. Molds are fun, but I wish instead of using a mold on those rounds,
Yeah, up in there.
I think you got a little bit more personality on them. And maybe using, instead of modeling chocolate already, to done his face with gingerbread, it would have given you that roughness. And I really want to take you home because he's so cute, he kind of looks like a doll. All right, Jorg, let's see some real plays.
You might want to take one little step backwards.
For real?
All right, we're ready? Here we go.
Are you kidding me?
I can do this all day.
Wow.
Great balls of fire! That's amazing.
Thank you, guys.
Our piece is titled Sleep Kills. It's a nightmare-scape where Freddy is larger than life, and Nancy is trying to kind of find her way out. We have the most iconic parts from the movie that we've included. The majority of the pieces on here are solid carved gingerbread.
Megan, you created kind of this hellscape of his where Nancy's house is tilting and she's running for fear. But what I love the most is that of all the friends, your face is by far the best. So not only is it my favorite face, your claws look pretty fantastic.
To carve gingerbread like carving a cake is phenomenal. And you know, that's what I love to see. I love to see people's skills when they do it all by hand. It's mind-blowing, girl. It almost blew my socks out of the window. It's the good. Mika.
Megan, the fact that you've taken gingerbread and you've given it such an organic texture, particularly in the face, it's just astounding. I was so enthralled with Nancy running up the stairs. I was like, oh wait, I love how you put the treats right in with your story. And you have this way with textures and techniques with gingerbread that is so far beyond your years. Now, the only concern for me is that since all of your pieces are constructed with gingerbread, when you try to put them all together and make them one cohesive piece, all the pieces don't really fit. So on the side, there's a big gap in between. I shouldn't see what's going on behind the curtain.
Well, there's just one more thing we're waiting for. Show us the fire.
Megan, oh my goodness, you masterfully nailed it.
so much, Megan. And thank you, judges.
Thank you.
Well, now it is time for you guys to decide who wins $25,000 and a feature in Food Network magazine. So who's it gonna be? Let's go through them one by one.
I mean, this is just so hard. Greer has such a kooky and fun sense of humor. Those crazy girls on top, so creepy and fantastic. The problem I have with Greer's, it looks like a dollhouse that needs us to participate in it. Like we have to bring stuff to it for it to really come alive. And I feel like if she had just used fewer scenes, it would have really
How's the
been
pie?
best work.
George makes an arcubus.
Nice.
I mean, he's just phenomenal with that. I
Well, because
love
if you steak pie
the
a bit so
detail
far,
he
you
puts
see
in.
they're horrible.
But then on the other hand, it really just makes my Freddy mad when I think about why you would make your Freddy out of chocolate and molding it instead of making it out of gingerbread.
That really bugged me.
Still make
What I
it
love
good.
about Megan is that she made a really creepy Freddy that scared me.
The fact that she made the face out of gingerbread, that is not easy for anybody at any skill level.
No.
To get those intricate details, all that texture in his face alone, it looks like it should be something other than gingerbread.
Have you made your decision?
Yeah, I think we have.
Okay. All right, let's bring it back in.
Well, he's dressed as bloody Dracula. We ain't watched this for 10 years, Papa.
This is it. The winner of
Hey,
Haunted
what's it for 10
Gingerbread
years?
Showdown is
We've got Halloween bakings on.
Megan!
Megan's having a dance. Yip, yip,
I really
She got a
can't
tramp
believe
stamp.
that it gave us so much joy to watch you in this competition
Shut up.
and win.
Papa.
Am I actually dreaming or did it like really
I like it
happen?
when she tells me off.
It's so crazy.
It's important
turns
to set the ambulance
up and
just
down.
right. Perfect. Food
Up
Network,
and down.
sponsored by Robinson's Fruit Cordial.
Baking join her Jackie's buddy.
Jack is a believer. This one is very odd. Mum and Dad, however, may take some
I'm
convincing.
a believer.
The Osborns
I'm a
want to
believer.
believe part of
I'm a
30 nights of
believer
flights tonight
in
at 9 on
God.
radio or stream on Dplay.
Tonight at 9 o'clock. You watching that tonight, Papa? The Osborns want to find the back ghosts if they're real.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Look at Papa.
Food Network, sponsored by Robinson's Fruit Cordial.
Jamie. Oh, not Jamie Whiff again. Your Jamie Whiff is a load of crap.
Gorgeous and super quick. So I'm going to show you a whole new way to cook. Amazing
I've been
meals
watching
that you
Slap
can do
Tan.
in 15 minutes.
Papa don't know what Slap Tan is.
Tiny tricks and
Katie don't know what
multitasking
Slap
to the
Tan
max.
is. Next
You
door
can
don't know what Slap
create
Tan
magic
is.
in the kitchen.
Everyone's a bit, somewhere else.
Big flavours, fast. And these are great meals without the guilt. Balanced, tasty, and good for you. Healthy food that you can eat every day. It's delicious, nutritious, super fast food. Today, a taste of Asia with beef, prawn and noodle bowls.
Well, no parcels today. That's good.
And
isn't it?
gorgeous Mediterranean mackerel with a tomato and quinoa salad to make
No
you
parcels
happy.
today. That's good news.
So happy days. That just makes me
Happy
happy.
days are on here again when you watch it on
Welcome
Tell
to the
me
15-minute
again,
meal
happy
mindset.
days are
If
here
you think you
again.
haven't got time to
Pop,
cook,
pop.
then think again.
They got to number 1 by the man.
First up, my tasty, crunchy, sizzling, sumptuous bowls of Asian noodles.
Background
You're going to love
music
this one.
is
It's the
Jamie
perfect
Whiff.
kind of fast food. Stir frying, we've got steak noodles. It's hitting all of the buttons. Noodles are quick to cook, but the trick is to add oodles of flavour. So check out my bowls, brimming with gorgeous hoisin noodles, humming with garlic, chilli and ginger, joined by juicy
I think his dad
prawns,
taught him to
spiced sizzling
cook.
steak, toasted nuts and crunchy
About
salmon.
his daddy.
The key to creating so much fresh food so fast is to cleverly work the kitchen. We'll get all the elements separately on the go. and bring them together right at the end. This is really exciting cooking. Buzzing, flavour-packed taste of Asia in 15 minutes. So, we've got our pans ready, pan, a wok, a pot, the kettle is on, the whole kind of 15-minute meal spirit is here. And the first job I've got up is I'm putting a little handful, a couple of tablespoons of peanuts or cashews into a wok, and the same amount of sesame seeds. So we're going to sprinkle these at the end of the recipe, and they give wonderful flavour, of course. And don't go thinking that it's not worth doing this, because, of course, as soon as these nuts hit the hot pan, you know, it wakes up all the natural oils. It makes it absolutely smell and taste delicious. Just sort of keep an eye on it. This pan is nice and hot. We've got 2 sirloin steaks here. This is enough for 4 people. Sirloin's great. I think, you know, what I want for this, I want to cook it nice and quick, okay? So this bit of fat here, I want to get rid of it. It's going to go tough. I'm never going to get a chance to sort of cook it enough to make it remotely nice to eat. Also, a little bit healthier for you as well, which is good.
I want to put a baby grove on puppies. She's so little.
To remove this, easy peasy.
Let it run around in it.
So to season this,
Shut up.
hit it with the usual sort of pepper and salt.
Idiot.
We definitely
You
want
can wear your
that.
underwear, you'll be
But
safe.
at the same time, I want to flavour it with 5 spice, a nice sort of tablespoon, you know, from a height, do the board and the steaks. So we just rub that in, you know, use, you know, all the bits around the outside of the board to really mop up all of that flavour, and the flavour will be awesome. Of course, 5 spice is a beautiful blend
2020.
of lovely classic Asian sort of fragrant spices. Also, notice I'm just pushing it down, and that's making it slightly sort of thinner. Instead of using a regular oil, I'm going to use a small amount of sesame oil, a couple of teaspoons, goes in, and then straight, you can see the smoke
That
coming
is a
up there.
good song.
Move it around, steak goes in. Cook that steak to your liking. I'm going to cook it hard and fast.
Jamie with is cooking some steaks.
I like my steak medium rare, so a couple of minutes on each side on a high heat will do the job perfectly. My nuts look very lovely now. So we're just going to
Will you go back, Steve?
pour this in and just put them aside.
I said, you go back, Steve.
later.
You'll be alright.
So,
Shut up.
the next part of the story.
You tell him.
So 250 grams of oyster mushrooms here. Great mushroom. You don't need to prep it or cut it.
I'll bring him in.
Put them in the
That's
pan and we'll char them up like that. We're going to turn this steak now. Look at that. Really, really nice. Don't worry about the mushrooms. No, it looks a little bit cramped, but don't worry about it. That sort of 5 spice. Can you see that lovely outside it's created there? Just shake the mushrooms. Nice. So my steak and mushrooms are sizzling away, and my nuts are already toasted. Now, let's step up with the multitasking and
The
get
whippy
cracking
standing
with the
by the
tasty
fire, mate.
noodles. Okay, so let's think about the
We're having
base
our lunch.
for the noodles now. Dead simple. You could do it by hand with a knife if you want to. So about 1 chilli. We want a bit of heat there.
Shut up in there, stupid
You
bird.
want a thumb-sized piece of ginger. If it's in good nick, you really only have to take the little blemishes off. You don't have to peel it. Put that nice big thumb-size of ginger in there. Just a couple of spring onions, you know, those classic sort of fragrance. Half a bunch of lovely coriander. Just rip that, get that in there. Whiz it up just for a few seconds. Perfect. Have a look in this pan now. Just have a little look at this. Right, I've got this steak here. You know, it's golden. It's got an encrustment. Right, it's kind of about medium rare now. Right, I'm gonna
Bit rubbery.
take the steaks out. They've had about 4 minutes in a really
Yeah,
hot
stick
pan.
that in your shoe, mate.
I've got some boiling water here.
Don't put it in your
Let's
shoe
whack
when
that
you've got an hole in it.
into a pan with some noodles. 4 nests of noodles, nice egg noodles. Choose whatever shape you want. They're about 250 grams for a pack. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Can't believe I used to have holy
Perfect
shoes.
portioning. The noodles will only take about 3 minutes to
Don't
turn
make my
soft
mummy
and
love
lovely.
me.
Meanwhile, the steaks are resting and the mushrooms are almost done. So time to turn the blitzed base into a fantastic fragrant stir fry. Okay, the really exciting bit, a really hot wok. Let's get a little bit of sesame oil. A couple of teaspoons goes in. It will start smoking straight away. So there's definitely like a sense of urgency about the whole story. Shaking those wonderful, fragrant veggies, onions, chilli, ginger, coriander.
Bloody hell, look.
Give it, you know, a little bit of shaking about. I've got some nice fresh prawns here. You don't need loads and loads of them because you've got the steak. Do you know what I mean? It's going to make it taste delicious. These are fresh ones, so as soon as they hit the heat, they start to turn pink. I want to give a little bit of kind of perfume to the stir fry, so just a couple of cloves of garlic in a garlic crusher. Just put them into the crusher and give them a good old gun into the wok. It's going to give it a beautiful flavour. Toss it up. We're going to go in with some bean sprouts
Prawn
here.
rice is nice.
Nice and crunchy, but they're going to cook down a real treat. Love those. Give them a little mix. And then 2 ingredients that really start to make this stir fry. So hoisin sauce, about 4 heaped tablespoons goes in. A couple of tablespoons of soy sauce. Do it around the edge of the wok. And then we go back to wok frying again. After only a few minutes, my prawns are basically cooked. That's the beauty of wok frying. You've got to work on a high heat and keep things moving, but you get results fast. Let's go in with the juice of 1 lime. Squeeze it in.
Let the nanny out.
It's all boiling up. It's all really nice and hot. There we go. We can rip up just a little bit of that coriander because we've only used half a bunch so far.
Hit the road,
Goes
Jerry,
in.
don't come back no
And then
more,
just
no
drag
more,
the
no
noodles
more,
over.
hit the road, Jerry,
Drag
don't
those
come back
noodles.
no
Don't
more.
worry about a little bit of
What do
excess
you say?
water.
Hit the road,
Just
Jerry,
throw
don't
it in
come
there.
back no
And of course, they're going to
more.
soak up all that beautiful flavour. And that little bit of
Jerry,
hoisin
don't
sauce
come back no more.
is just sticky enough and
Have a
lovely
little rest
enough
here.
to make it all
I'll
come
let you
together.
out. You just have a
Give it
little
a
rest here.
beautiful toss. All those lovely flavours. You've made it yourself. It's
Not
really
if you want to take it out and I'll hold that.
gorgeous. These mushrooms are
You
ready.
want to take it
now, by
out
the way.
yet?
Let's have a little look at those.
Yeah, no, leave that on there.
Over the
Go on in,
steaks
take
at
that
the
man
moment.
if you want.
These noodles are done.
Yeah, go on out. Go on out.
Gorgeous.
And then you can take that
Have
out.
a little taste.
So you just put that
Amazing
aside,
flavour.
Alec.
Great thing about
It's
this
Christmas
recipe
Day. Where's the
is the
present?
combination of flavours never ever lets you down. It's good every single time.
Nice bit of veg
Noodles
and
done,
chicken
so
pie.
they can go straight into the bowl. Now, the final chapter in this story. A crunchy salad
Food always
garnish
tastes better
to
when you fry your
refresh
own.
and balance out the spice.
Oh, my bit. My pie.
So just get some basic sort of salady bits. You know, grab yourself some romaine
On
lettuce
that,
or
on
gem.
that manage rules
Just
there,
click them
don't
off. Really,
That's too
really
much of
nice.
that.
And then to go along with that, just a couple of radishes. And stuff that you've got in the fridge maybe.
Don't know wash your hands, but still.
Anything like sprouts or shoots. Some cress. In a matter of seconds, you can start really bringing this together to be something properly surprising. These lovely mushrooms, you can just disperse those amongst the story. So you've got so many different flavours and things going on here. It's just such a joy to eat. Serve up one of the steaks for people to attack at the table. And finally slice the other. It's juicy and medium rare, just how I like it. Absolutely gorgeous. Fresh ingredients, prawn, steak. Sprinkle on those toasted nuts and seeds, leaving some on the board with the lime quarters and chilli, so that people can build their own perfect bowl. Take that to a table.
I did.
Sit the family
Nice.
or friends down.
I paid for it.
They're going to be so
So you have a little sit there, Bubs. Speak to the camera, say hello, as everyone does.
Really, really nice food. You know that everything is fresh and delicious that's inside it. The crunch, the nuts, the steak, the noodles, the little pops of prawn. So good. Great little combo. I feel really proud that you've knocked out something
That's it.
really, really good.
Oh my God, look, what's she doing? Get up. Do the kinky.
Back up.
She swears at you, look, and she's very naughty. Supposed to be a lady. Naughty lady. Get pot stuff. Let the ladies out. Hit the road, Terry, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Terry, and don't you come back no more. What I say, hit the road, Terry. No more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Terry, but don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. You hear what I say? Hit the road, Terry. Terry, 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 hit the road, Terry. Terry, Terry, don't you ferry, ferry. Terry the old Pontius. Hit the road, Terry. Don't you do it? Yeah. Well, everyone's had their dinners, but their lunch. Put that up, right? The lady didn't share eat it, but she did. She did most of it. But she is a good lady. Right, money old lady, but you know, maybe she's in pain. Maybe she doesn't mean to be horrible to me, but she is. I forgot to watch that. She's horrible to me, yeah. Hit the road, Terry. You really do smell. Tell what I smell, that smell, that smell. Hit the road, Terry. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. What your mommy says, hit the road, Terry. Mommy's gonna cry 'cause she wishes you're in. Hit the road, Terry. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. Don't you come back no more. So about that, fans. You're so young and ugly fool. You stink of fucking shit and you do a crappy fucking noodle. Right, that's your lot. Goodbye.